This is the Lux Algo Ultimate Scalper 2025 update. Just updating you guys on some things. I think I've already dropped a couple of videos on it, so I'm basically only going to show, what I've changed on here and then how you can customize it, because my other videos should explain exactly how to use them. So the 2025 update for the Lux Algo Ultimate Scalper basically goes like this. As I used to have the signals, set to 3, which I can do right now, you can see. And that's good because you can use this to scalp, like you can use the oscillator right here and this signal if they line up to scalp there, boom, get a couple, like a point or two, and then, stuff like that or whatever. This is after hours, so there's nothing going on. It's trash right now. But, if the market was actually, in full swing, you'd actually be able to do this at decent speed. But, after hours is doing nothing. But anyway, I changed the update is I've changed that to now I just use optimal sensitivity on the minutes, because I don't think there's really a need to have the signals. You just use the oscillator for your entries. I think that's better entries, and just make sure they're lining up with the bigger oscillator. They're both the same oscillator. I just took the money flow off the little one and I made it faster. It's set to the fastest setting, and then this one's set to default. Then also you can reference RSI. This is the Lux Algo Ultimate RSI. This was already on here. And then I also have added, pretty recently, like 6 months ago, maybe, the market structure oscillator. Now, if you feel like this is too many indicators, I would say if you want to cut it down, just cut these two. You could, if you want to go like less indicators, just keep a Lux Algo oscillator matrix and an RSI. That's what you need bare minimum, I think, with the signals and overlays package. You can add these two, though, just to have more, especially if you don't have as many screens. I got 4 screens now, so I can spread things out and I don't need as many indicators. But if you only have one screen, then yeah, it's good to have all these on there. The screener's on here. You also want to reference the days range, because price is going to go either to the upper part of the range or the lower part of the range, right? So that's going to help you kind of get the direction. But yeah, that's the main thing I did is I use optimal sensitivity now. So that's what I would suggest for any minutes charts. Just set it, to optimal sensitivity. I know the dashboard is not on this one. You can just turn it on like this. I usually put them on the bottom left. So boom, it says 11. Okay, so let's set this to 11. Now boom. I mean, it's not much change, but I would do that for all the minutes charts. No second charts. Second charts, leave them on whatever they're on. I also put the price action concepts package on there as well. Just as a support and resistance type of indicator. Just extra support and resistance. But yeah, that's the main update to this package right here. It's optimal sensitivity, because I've got 4 screens, so I'll have my seconds charts on one, I'll have my minute chart, then I'll have higher time frames on the other 2 monitors, and then I'll be able to just look at all the time frames at once. That really helps me, get the overall direction of the market and be able to capture those quick moves. Just on paper trading, I've made a decent amount, but that's just paper trading. But I actually can show you guys a real account. So this is what I made today on a real trading account with this strategy. So it works with real money. This is real money, TradeStation account. I recommend trading S&P micros for futures if you're doing futures with this strategy. And I do say you could trade NQ futures, but I would only trade those with this strategy if you have a prop firm. Don't do that with your real money. It's very dangerous. It's just risky and likely to lose a lot of money if you're not right. So you don't want to have to go through that. One thing I could add to the update is you want to keep this in mind, is that the day's range, a lot of times that'll tell you kind of the direction it's going. If it's kind of in the lower range, you could almost expect it to go all the way to the end of this bar, or maybe could bounce back. Looks like it's trying to bounce back. There's nothing going on right now, so it's not a good time to trade. But And that's the other thing you got to do too, I think, with the market is you don't want to just, this strategy doesn't work all the time. First of all, do not trade this strategy during news events. When they drop, the Fed guy starts talking, when Trump's on TV or something like that, any kind of news or whatever, like this strategy is going to go all the way out the window. So this only works when there's no crazy stuff driving the market. Like if there's super high volatility and you see in like gigantic candles, like don't even use this strategy, like only use it when it's like medium market, like mild to medium, like not this is like falling asleep market. So that's another, don't use it in this kind of, it doesn't work after hours either. It's too slow. It needs like, mild to medium speed market with mild to medium volatility. Don't use it in with gigantic volatility or with like where it's just super slow. It's not going to work, or it's not, well, it doesn't work for me. So I don't assume it would work for anyone else because I made the strategy. I mean, I didn't make the strategy, but Lux Algo is the real GOAT. But, this is just how I use Lux Algo. Anyway, so that's basically the update. Here's one thing I'm going to add to the strategy as well that I don't have in here now, but I'm going to literally add it in front of you guys. On the 10-minute, 15-minute, and above, I'm going to add the premium and discount zones because those are so powerful. Like, because that's like a good, the premium discount zones do not work under the 10-minute time frame because they're too small. They're not like big zones. Like the market doesn't respect it, but it does respect the 10-minute and above premium and discount zones. So, when it's in a premium zone, don't be trying to go crazy on longs, which is why it's kind of having trouble. Look, it's in a premium zone right here on a 30. And I don't know if I explained this before, but your 10 and your 15 and 30, this is your driver. This is going to be your directional indicator, So you're going to want to take scalps in the same direction as that, and if you see the candles, like you see how these candles are basically pointing down, like Heikin Ashi candles, whichever way they point, that's the way they're going. Whereas like a regular candle, if like you saw a wick like this, it would technically be a bearish candle, but a Heikin Ashi candle, it's actually the direction the wick points is the direction that the price is going. So whatever way you see the wicks pointing, that's the way the market's going. So you want to just make sure you're always referencing your 10-minute, 15, and 30, when you're taking your scalps or whatever. Everything's pointing down right now, and look, it's going down on the 1 minute. So that's what you're going to do is you're going to, take your entries based on the direction and the 1 minute. And, oh, by the way, last thing. If this is too many indicators for you guys, because I know this might be a lot of indicators, I've shown this chart to other people, and they're like, well, you got so much stuff. So this is what you can do. You can take off market structure oscillator. You can take off the faster oscillator matrix. But I wouldn't go any less than this. You definitely want your oscillator matrix and your LuxAlgo RSI, because this is going to show you the overbought and oversold levels. It's so helpful. Like, because right now it's saying oversold. So, it could possibly bounce here, even if you went, it could still go lower, but it might bounce here and then go lower. So this is a good indicator. I really love the LuxAlgo RSI. I would never trade without it. And then also I would never trade without the LuxAlgo oscillator matrix, which is even more powerful in my opinion. But you could also have all the indicators on as well. It just depends. If you have multiple monitors, you could probably take them off, because then you could see the finite details. Maybe if you had this on like a second chart on another screen or whatever, and in a minute chart on another screen, I would recommend at least 2 displays, maybe 3. I got 4 personally. So it really helps. That's one thing that really helps the strategy. If you can see all the time frames at once, like I put 3 on each page. But I would actually even recommend, well, what I do is I put 4 on each page, but I don't know if you guys are like, can see that much, so that's why I only have it on 3, just because because I'm sharing it with the world. So I'm like, I don't want to like ruin people with like so much information, but I personally put like 4 on each page, You know, like if I'll show you guys like my actual chart. Like this is really how I have it when I'm actually trading. Like, and I have 4, but it's literally the same strategy, but I kind of like color coded it. I customized it from this. It's literally this strategy, and here's the 1 minute. But it's like I said, I took off the fast oscillator, and I took off the market structure oscillator, because I can see so much. I can see all these time frames at once. I don't even really need it. But if you only have 1 screen or 2 screens, then you do kind of want more stuff on there so you can see, you can get more information on, because I feel like, especially if you're scalping, the more information you have, kind of the better. I know everyone's like, oh, keep it simple and everything. But like, for me, I need a certain amount of information before I could even make a decision. So anyway, I personally have it like this. I have like 4. And then for me to be able to see it, I'll just like Shift F. That way I can like really see the whole screen. And then I'll put it on optimal sensitivity. And then I'll kind of just like, because look, each chart has its own kind of little levels because the levels are dynamic. So each chart will have its own kind of levels and everything, and its own support and resistance levels. So I can kind of see all that at once. And I'll have it on 4 screens. I have it all the way down to 1 second too. Like this has a 5 second. I even have 1 second charts on. I have 1 second, 5 second, 15 or something. And then I got, 30, 45, 1, 2. Then I have 3, 5, 10, 15. Or 3, 5, 15, 30. Or 3, 5, 10, 15. And then I put a 30-minute. And then I put the whole market. Like I put a bunch of charts on my last screen just so I can see the overall market. So I'll be looking at, because I'll be looking at the S&P, I'll be looking at the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, and the VIX, all at once. And then I'll have it like this. This will be like my main screen to kind of see where the whole market's at. I'll have like an overall market view, and then I'll have like, so I'm doing it a little different, but it's literally all based on this chart. It like literally my whole strategy is based on this. So this has everything in it. You can just take this and then put it on all different time frames. You can use it on different stocks. You can use it on crypto, whatever you're going for. But yeah, so that's basically the updates to the strategy. But anyway, if you guys want to just use it like as is, and you don't want to do the optimal sensitivity thing, I would recommend signals on 8. You go 8. I like 8. You see how it gives you some nice little signals. You can go 4. 4 gives you a little much. 4, 3, or 2, or 8. Or you can just do optimal. I do optimal, like I said, because I don't need so many signals because I got so many time frames on. I'm getting it covered by the shorter time frames, So I don't need too many signals. But if you, like I said, if you only have this one chart, like one screen or whatever, then you're gonna want to, you'll want to adjust it to see how much data you really need to see. That's basically what it's gonna boil down to right there. And do not use the premium zones or nothing on the 1 minute. It's not gonna work. Because watch, if I turn this on, it's probably gonna say it's in some kind of discount zone or something. See, it's saying it's in a discount zone. That's a joke. This ain't a discount zone. This ain't nothing. So the real discount zone, you got to go up here to the 10 minute at least. The real discount zone's at, down here, 58, 60 or something, so that's like way down, it's like 100 points less than this. So, that's where the first time when you're going to say, oh, this is a discount, but as you go higher, it's going to lower the discount zone to even, it's now saying 56 is on the 30 minute. So it's like, they have different little levels per time frame or whatever. But I would say the 10 minute works great for premium and discount zones to kind of let you know where the top is. You don't want to go higher. Or if you do go higher, you want to play it with caution. But the 1 minute discount zones, they don't do nothing, man. They don't even use them. Turn them off. But yeah, they're good on the higher ones. So that's just the new updates for 2025. Happy trading, guys. Hope everything goes good. God bless.